Hey everyone, this is a quick tutorial on the simplified goals tracker I recently created and uploaded on my Gumroad. It is a completely free and simplified goal tracker. It tracks essentially all of your goals and helps you break them down into simpler and doable tasks. So I have two goal trackers Notion templates. One is a bit complex one, which uses a lot of properties, a lot of complexities to actually help you manage your goals, organize your goals. And this is the other one. I noticed that the complex goals tracker was not meant for everyone, and people also needed a simplified version. So here it is. It only focuses on the essentials of goals tracking, which is having a big proper goal, breaking them down into smaller projects, then converting them into milestones, which can be reached in within a week or a month, which keeps you motivated. It also has habits which you need to build to reach those goals, and identities. That's a completely different thing. We're going to talk more about it later. So this is a quick tutorial of the simplified goals tracker. How this goal tracker system works is that, so this is the dashboard. The back end is at the top where you have vision, projects, milestones, habits, and identity. You can go in these individual databases if you need to configure something more in depth, but usually everything can be done just from the dashboard and very easily. I will show that off to you soon. So first if we start off in front of the screen, and the very first thing we see are the vision, projects, and milestones side by side. Then if we go down, we have here upcoming goals and then dreams. The vision up here are your current ongoing goals. So for example, I have here 6 ongoing goals, and we can see the circle it is assigned to. We can also see the projects which are linked to this particular goal. Projects means basically this one, and the reward which we can gain from completing this goal. How my system works is that you have a broad goal to achieve something, or to build that system in yourself, or to get an outcome. These goals usually, for example, becoming a programmer or getting fitter or earning a passive income, they take years to build. It's not so easy to reach those goals. That's why you break down those goals into projects, and there are multiple projects under a single goal. For example, if I open up this particular goal of mine of becoming a programmer, I can go down and you can fill these templates, and it can really help you understand your goal. And now if you come under projects, we can see that we have multiple projects linked here to the goal. Then we have the ongoing project and the ones which we are going to start soon. I have also added a progress formula, which helps you to understand how much progress you have made in that particular project. If you go further down, the projects actually are broken down into milestones. Projects usually are broken down from goals, but they are still big enough. And just so you don't lose your motivation on the way, we break down projects even further into milestones. Milestones are achievable within weeks or maximum a month. For example, here are my milestones, which is, let's say, completing a single class of my computer science 50 course, which I am taking. So that would mean it can get completed within a week or two, and it keeps me motivated as I tick off the milestones and see progress. I have kept these side by side, so it's really easy to just add a vision, configure its projects. The ongoing projects shows up in the middle, and to the right side, the ongoing milestones also show up. It also tells you how many days you have left before the deadline, the progress, and if you cross the deadline, for example, or if you do not start your project while the schedule is on, it will show you error. So for example, if I had not started this project and the schedule was to start it, it will show overdue, which will also show up here as not started, and we need to start. If we go further down, we have upcoming goals here, maybe goals which you soon want to start, and you have planned dates for it, you have planned projects for it, you are looking to start it in within a month or two. You can add those under upcoming goals. And then you have dreams, which you have thought of achieving these goals, but you do not really have a clear-cut roadmap of how to achieve. Actually, the upcoming goals, the dreams, and the vision are all under the same database called Vision. You open this up, you get not started, to start, in progress, and achieved, and you can move these around here. And you can also configure them according to the area, the circle to which they belong. And there's the status one. The filter I have used for upcoming goals, is the one which is to start, which you are basically going to choose in that database. And for dreams, it is not started yet. You can obviously configure these as you wish. This is a completely free template. You can download it. You can make as much changes as you want to this and make it completely yours. When we come further down, we can see a timeline view of milestones. Now, this is a really helpful database view because it tells you how and when your milestones started and when they're going to end. For example, this is the book which I am currently reading, which I started on 20th of July, and this will get completed by 31st of July. This is a really helpful view, and it also allows you to move these around. It also allows you to extend the deadline if you want, and lets you see all the milestones you're currently active with. If we come further down, we can see the habits database here, which shows you the ones which are in progress. It shows you the queue, which you need to use, and then it has the smallest step, and then the reward. This queue, reward, and smallest step I have picked up from Atomic Habits. It's a really helpful book. So for example, when you add a habit, you will have to add the status, not started, in progress, done. The type of habit it is, build or break, the frequency, the time of the day, but these are the most important parts: cue, small step, reward, and identity. Cue is what you want to do just before you start this habit so that you get a sense of habit stacking. I cannot explain it in depth in this quick tutorial, but you can definitely check out Atomic Habits or its millions of summaries which are available online. Then you can follow the smallest step if you're not really feeling like following the habit. And then we have identity. The type of identity, the type of personality which we are trying to build by achieving these goals, by building these habits, are linked to a particular identity. Identity exists for every goal you create, and it also can exist for every habit you create. It is not completely necessary to link it with each and every habit, with each and every goal, but it is useful to show what personalities you're trying to build. Beside habits, we have exactly that, identity. So all the active goals which I have right up here, the 6 of them, programmer, read books, get healthy, and all that, they show the identity I am trying to build. For example, a learner identity which I am trying to build is linked to the goal of reading books. Now we further come down to projects and milestones grouped according to vision, and they are present right here. So these are all the active goals which I'm working on: get healthy, become a programmer, learn physics, and so on. So I can expand any of these visions and I can see all the projects which are active inside it. For example, under the goal of getting healthy, I have 2 projects currently. One is learning about sleep and the other is starting to exercise. Now this one I have completed. I completed it on January 8th. So this is present up here. And then we have the currently ongoing project. If we add more projects which may not be active, which are not started, they will also show up here. For example, if I open up this goal, we can see 3 projects, 2 are in progress and 1 is not started. If we come further down, we can see I have created a timeline of projects here. Now this may not be as important as the milestones timeline, and that's why I have listed it at the top and this at the bottom. You can change the orientation obviously as per your wishes. Because you don't edit projects so much, because it usually takes you 2 to 3 months to complete it, this does not get updated so frequently as the milestones does. So there's no need to see this particular timeline view so much. Though you can see all the active projects which you have ongoing right here, which by the way is also visible here. This shows you all the active goals, all the active projects, and all the milestones. As you use the template more and discover through it, you will understand more about the template. This is just a quick tutorial telling you about all the databases and about all the views I have created. And this is just really simple. So I'll just showcase you how you can create a new goal and everything. So here we have opened up a completely empty goals tracker database. And as we can see, there are literally no goals here. I'll try to create one simple goal and I'll show you how easy it is to add goals, and you don't need to go inside of any of the databases present up here in the backend at all. We can just simply start by clicking under the vision database on the new tab, on the new button, and then we can add the name of the goal. For example, it is become a pilot. We can change the icon, obviously. We can choose the circle, which is, let's say, career. The status is selected as in progress because this particular view of database has all the goals as in progress, but you can obviously change them if you want. The identity I want to create by learning or becoming a pilot is, let's say, the identity of a learner. This is not so accurate, but obviously you can choose whatever you like. Then we have a habit. Do we create any habit? Let's say flying plane every day. Such an impossible habit, but all right. We can associate a reward with it, which, for example, let's say travel different places. We can choose the date on which we want to actually start this habit. It does not matter so much. It is not completely essential to fill this date property up, and neither is the year one. Let's continue building the goal. So once I have added, for example, the year right here, I can go on and fill this, which helps you become clearer about your goal. I want to do it because I want to learn flying. We can add projects here from here really quickly. We can set the timeline, let's say from today till the end of December. This is in progress right here, and we can see the progress here, and we will add milestones. One thing to keep in mind is to add milestones from here and not directly from here. There is a complex reason behind it. If you want to understand it, it's basically because the filter which I'm using here is a rollup. And since it's a rollup, if I try to add, Notion cannot add an automatic rollup to a new property you create. You have to manually add that rollup through relations. So that's why if I click here, it will just completely open a new empty milestones, and it will not be linked to that particular vision or any projects. So for that, what we have to do is when we are creating the goal and we have created a project, we will click here under milestones, and then we can choose a new milestone. For example, it gets linked here, and then we can go down under milestones. It will show up here because it exists under this vision property. Then we can also choose timeline for this. For 1 week, we are growing. Then we have a status. We can choose this in progress, and we have 5 days left until the deadline reaches. Then we also have what actions do I need to achieve the goal. You can embed this with the to-do app you use. I have not really implemented the actions or daily tasks property in Notion because I personally find tracking daily tasks using Notion a little cumbersome, a little not so convenient. And that's why I personally use Todoist, and I embed the Todoist project in here, and that's how I'm able to easily track the goals. I can write here, how are you going to measure your progress? By the number. How realistic does your goal sound? Time you expect to complete your goal. And under here, you have habits. Since we created a habit up here, from here, it is showing up here. We can add more habits, and we can also choose in progress, done, or not started. How surprised would I be if I fail? I'll not be surprised at all. And 3 reasons for failing. You can have any 3 reasons. Then you have who can help you achieve this goal for accountability, and you can add that person's name here. Once you're done with that, you will see that your goal shows up here. Your ongoing project shows up here. Your ongoing milestone shows up here. You go down, the milestone will also have a date right here. The upcoming goals and dreams will get filled as you use the template more. You can come here, can come down here to see you have habits, identity, ongoing, and then we have the project grouped by vision. You can also come here to see milestones grouped by projects. And then down here, we have the timeline view of the project. Thank you very much.